Moms P.O.V show. Today we have two very special guests that we were so excited about, also referred to as our besties. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Ciara. I am CJ's sister and
Older sister.
Yeah, older sister.
Hi, I'm Sydney. I'm Paris's younger sister.
And we're so excited to have them today.
Yes, we are.
Monica and I made it a point to want the siblings' point of view also shown, and kind of how these beautiful sisters kind of navigate not only their brothers' careers, but also their own careers, and how they find themselves in the family dynamic, and how we all make it work, because it takes a village, right? And it takes all of us.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I kind of just want to know, like, how has this journey been for you guys? Like, how have you been able to navigate? Because I know you have your own personal lives. So, like, how have you been able to navigate and be there for your brother? Is it important for you to be there for your brother? Like, how do you feel?
Yeah. Well, for me, the journey has been super amazing, but long and but it's been great. Like, I've been going to CJ's games since he's been in high school, but like as far as traveling and stuff, it started more so in college. So like I would go to most of the college games that I could. I worked at the time, so I would go to maybe like 2 a month if I could. And then now that he's in the pros, I go to pretty much every game, and I'm trying to navigate my way to how I can help him in like his professional career, as far as like in the business aspect, and also just being his sister. Yeah.
Right.
What about you?
It was definitely like the opposite for me, because when he started getting recruited, I was 12 years old. I was going wherever PJ and my mom were going, because where else am I supposed to go?
Right.
So
you have a choice.
every single game, I went to every single game.
Yes.
I went to every single visit. And I loved it because I was young. I was focused on myself. I was on my phone. I was recording everything. It was kind of fun for me. But obviously there was things I missed out on. There was other things I wanted to do with my time, of course, selfishly.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed it. I found something interesting about it, and it was cool to see PJ in that light, because obviously at home, all I see is him either doing film, doing homework on the game, or saying, Sydney, get out. So that's all I got. So it's cool to see like a different perspective, and obviously see him hold himself in a different way. But now that he's been in the pros, I'm now in college, so I don't get to see him as much as I'm used to seeing him, which has been a harder transition, because even last year I was going to, I went to all the games maybe except for 2 or 3. But this year I haven't been to a game yet. And that's been really hard for me, honestly, because that's just, I've been going to his games my whole life. So it's just kind of new for me. But obviously we're still supportive of our careers and from afar. Yeah. I'm definitely rooting for him. I'm turning on the game whenever I can. I'm sending him.
I'm sure he has some good watch parties. Do you get everybody turned up?
But the thing is, I have exams every Monday. So we're having study groups.
Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it. I love how you both have kind of found your way. And, I think you make your brothers proud. Like, what are some of your conversations that you have, like, with CJ and with Paris that, like, have made an impact in your own lives?
Yeah. With CJ, like we were talking about earlier, I just try to keep it, like, just brother-sister vibes, Like, I'm not, like, asking him any football questions. Yeah. Just simply because, like you said, I kind of don't know what to ask. And then at the same time, I just let him have his resting time. And then, like, when we're together, it's like, just like old times. Yeah. And so, like, as his older sister, I just want to, like, check in on him. Like, are you good? And really, that's just my main focus, is just like, oh, are you good? And then he tells me he's good. And then we talk about something else. Like, we love reality shows.
Oh, yeah.
So we love watching, like, Love Island and, like, different reality shows. And I got him watching it. Like, before, he would be like, why are you watching these shows? And then now he loves them. So we're always talking, like, gossip about, shows and stuff. But that's really how we connect.
Really cool. Yeah. I'm trying to get him hipped to Love Island. He is not going for it. But
once he watches it, he's gonna like
Love Island, Love is Blind. Those are my favorites.
Cindy loves those shows.
Yes. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I don't really know anything about sports. Like, we can't have sports talk. He'll ask me. I remember he asked me once, like, "Oh, what did you think about the game?" I was like, "It was good. Like, you did a good job.
Did great."
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I always think he does good though.
That's right.
But yeah, we don't. I feel like the thing we talk about the most is just college life because he just graduated from Ohio State, and now I'm a second year at Ohio State. So
congratulations too. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. But it's like I'm following in his footsteps in a way, but it's different because he's a student athlete. I'm just a regular athlete. I always say I'm a normal person.
Yeah.
So obviously I do things that he couldn't do with his schedule.
Yeah.
So it's exciting for him to be able to live out you know, a normal person's college experience through me.
That's so true.
So, like, I'll call him. I don't remember who I was telling, but I'll call him when I'm out, like, hey, showing him all my friends. Like, he loves it. It's kind of like a dad in a way. He'll, like, just sit on the phone and watch. Like, I'll call him at concerts, and he'll just, like, sit and watch.
And in the room for guys.
Yeah.
So better stay away.
That's probably what he's doing. That's probably what he's doing.
It's so funny. That's awesome. Is there like anything you can share? So say you have a sibling watching right now and maybe like they have found kind of a hard time, you know, where they fit in the family. Because, you know, your brothers being in the spotlight and being who they are, obviously they've taken a lot of, you know, the interaction and, you know, the attention from everyone. But like for you, what would be some advice that you would give like another sibling, how to kind of navigate through, you know, being that younger, older sibling that maybe not be in that spotlight, but still a great big part of the journey?
Yeah. I think the main thing is just being supportive and not being selfish, you know, like just knowing like you know,
that's good.
What they have going on. It's like, it's no competition. So like, even if I were to be doing something great, he would be supporting me just like I'm supporting him. So like, there is no, but it's also how you're raised.
100%,
so like, you guys raised us to, you know, support each other no matter what.
Yeah.
So it really just comes down to just being there. And then also like having your own life. So like, they don't think like, you know, everything is just revolving around them. And like, you know, it's just balance, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
That's great advice.
It's definitely balance. And I like how you said it's the way you're raised because family is so important to us.
Yeah.
Like it really doesn't matter what we're doing. Like if PJ wasn't in the pros, if I wasn't in school, it doesn't matter what we're doing. We would all still have the same love and support for each other at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So I feel like it wasn't a thing of like, oh, this limelight's on him. It was just like, that's my brother. Like,
Right.
Like, yes. Like, yes, it is my brother. Like, definitely. But I feel like for me, I had to kind of involve myself in the conversation because I didn't know that much about sports.
Yeah.
And since our life was becoming centered around sports, I had to involve myself somehow.
Yeah.
So if that's like about educating myself or actually paying attention at the games, I just feel like I had to do my part to be able to actually show up because I'm physically there. But to be able to actually emotionally support him, I had to further involve myself than just showing up.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's so true. Yeah. Like when CJ was at Ohio State, that's when I really started focusing and like understanding football because I never understood it when he was in high school or anything. So now, like the stuff I know, I'm very like
she's
shocked.
good.
And
She's
I
like that wasn't a
football.
flag. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That was not
I get
a
proud
foul.
of myself.
Right. I'm like, oh my God.
Because
Like,
they used to say first down, and I used to be like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know a thing.
I didn't either.
I think
we're
but
all
I'm like patting myself on the back now.
100%. It's a lot of growth, definitely.
And one of the things that I have noticed that I would love for you both to speak on is how CJ and PJ are very in tune with what you all have going on, how they can support you both. If you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'll say I just always point back to college because it's always something we talk about that every single day because I'm always doing work or I'm with my roommates. So he's just really good. Even if I have questions of doing my homework, I'm like, do you know how to do this? So he's just supportive of like, he's just helpful for like any question I ask, we'll have an answer. If he doesn't, he'll refer me to somebody else because he went there. So he knows exactly who to go to. If I'm trying, I don't know. Like really anything, any question I ask will have some sort of answer. So definitely. I just know he's always there. I always say he's my built-in best friend.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
I love that. Does he know that? Because now he does.
Yes. No, I tell him that all the time. I'm so grateful for him. He actually is my bestie. And like we do have like a transparent relationship, which I do value, which is important. Like, because that's what we were talking about. Like we don't talk about football or like talking about things that are happening in our personal lives. So it is really important I have somebody who was just at Ohio State. So I have like, I wouldn't say like a mentor in that way, but it's just somebody I can like go to and refer be like, hey, you were just here.
Yeah. That's so important. Definitely.
It is so important. Yeah, with CJ, like I make music. So he's
amazing music
and beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's so supportive with that. He's always just like, encouraging me to get in the studio or like whatever I want to do. He always, because he's in the limelight, so he knows like, you got to have confidence. You got to, even if you don't know what you're doing, you got to act like you know what you're doing. So like I get a lot of like tidbits and stuff. Even though he's my younger brother, I still like learn stuff from him.
Yeah,
and
course.
So so he definitely supports me doing all that. And I mean, I couldn't ask for a better brother. He's so sweet. And
sometimes
we
call him a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, he's a Sour Patch.
He's sour on the outside but sweet on the inside.
Yeah.
Sorry, CJ.
Yeah.
But little fun fact, our intro song was done by the great Ciara Stroud here.
Yes.
And she did that for us.
She did.
It's so neat to see your guys' perspective, and it means so much, and it's so important because you're not the only, sisters. But I have a question. So do you think being sisters is easier to have a successful brother versus if you guys were males?
No.
Like, do you think it's harder being a sister, or you think it would be harder being a brother?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, okay. So I feel like in terms of me and PJ's relationship, if he had a younger brother, I feel, I'm just saying how I assume he would feel. I feel like he would feel more supported from me because like I'm sure if I was a boy I'd be playing football, so he'd be like, my young, I don't know, I feel like our relationship would be different because now it's kind of like I always say he acts like he's my dad, not that it's a bad thing, but it's just like it's kind of like a
I know.
I don't know how to put it into words.
She can relate for sure.
I just feel like our relationship would be totally different if I was a man, but I'm not mad at it. I feel like our relationship is amazing.
Yeah.
I love being a little sister because he is so generous. I agree. I think my brother is like a Sour Patch Kid also. Yeah. But majority of the time he is so sweet. So I don't know. I like being a sister though.
That's awesome. I do too. I love being a sister. And like, I mean, I have 3 brothers. So I grew up around a lot of male energy.
Yes, you did.
But I'm still like a super girly girl. And so I'm always telling them my perspective, or like when they start like dating and stuff, I have my little advice that I give. And
what's one of those bits of advice? I'm being nosy.
I think
me too. Great question.
For me, it's just like finding a girl that's nice and like who's selfless and like, I just want like, and can cook, and is domesticated.
Yes.
But no, I think, it's just, I like being a sister, personally. I'm sure they get irritated by me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like such a girly girl, so. But it works. Yeah. I think it balances out. It
definitely does work.
Can you speak to the sacrifice? Because there's huge sacrifices that's made as a family, especially around the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to, holiday time is spent in their city. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve is spent where they are because of their schedule, family events, how you have to plan weddings or different gatherings outside of the football season.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you speak to what that is like for you all?
Well, since football has been our entire lives, I'm used to my life being catered around football. Like that's just how I've grown up. Like I understand over football season, it's just football. Like, so I understand there's a certain time to ask for things. I save up my ask when it's the off season. That's when I become needy. So I understand. Like, I definitely know how to act. So I've learned. So it hasn't really been a problem. But when I was younger, I think that's when it was hard because, like I said, the recruitment process was when there was like a lot of light around it. Because I used to go to the games and just have fun. Like me and my friends used to be walking around, making TikToks. Like it was like a social event, but it's not that anymore, obviously. But yeah, during the recruitment process, it was a lot because, like I said, it wasn't a social event at that time. It was. PJ was trying to really consider which school he wanted to go to, and I didn't want to be a distraction in that process. Right, But also, I was young and I was bored. Like,
and you celebrated your birthday.
Yeah, I celebrated my birthday
on an official visit.
LSU.
Oh wow, at LSU.
I had a lot of fun though. I had a lot of fun, but like,
so cool.
It's just things like that. I'm sure like there was other things I wanted to do,
right?
But I honestly did not. Maybe I feel differently now, but I don't believe at the time I had a problem sweeping that under the rug.
Yeah.
Because I knew my whole life has been catered around football. So it wasn't like, what? I have to.
Yeah.
I already knew.
I think for me, it's changed more so in the pros because, like, I'm around more, I would say, because I'm not, or I don't know. But yeah, I'm like around more. So going to like Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know, we got to be in Houston. So I just kind of try to let like whoever I'm like friends with or talking to, I just let them know like, you know, on the holidays, I'm not going to be there. Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But I like it though, you know, it's like, you just have to balance it really.
Yeah. I think that's a big part is balancing. And as everyone can see, it takes a village.
It does.
The support that you all have given your brothers, you know, no one else could have given it like you. You
That's
know,
true.
and I also think you add that soft touch, you know, because I know every game, if Ciara's always there, but say she went to the restroom or she's not right there, he'll be like, "Where's Ciara? Where's Ciara?" You know, CJ's like looking for her because she's that reassurance and that, you know, that sister, like they've been through thick and thin and grew up together, you know, and so they're able to connect. So the connection y'all have with your brothers is just, no one could match it.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. And then the support that you both has been to us.
Yeah.
I just think about moments when we're at the game and Sydney's making sure that I'm good because she knows that emotionally where I am while Paris is playing. So she's checking in on me to making sure that I'm okay and being supportive and even the person that's there capturing a moment. Because sometimes when you're watching a game or you're hosting individuals, I may not be able to capture the moment in real time with the camera, and she's there to do those things. So Sydney was able to be in place to be able to. It looks small, but it's
so big.
It's so big.
Yeah,
it's so big, and then it's cool just having her beside me.
Yeah,
and even I'll turn to Sydney like, "Did you see that?" Da-da-da-da-da. She was like, "Yeah," even though probably deep down inside, like, I don't know what this lady's talking about.
What?
I know.
Yeah. Me and my mom were always like on the sideline. We're like, "Oh, did you see that call?"
Yeah, we are. We're so in tune, and like, I'm just really grateful that I have such a special daughter, as well as CJ has such a great sister who sacrificed so much. And she, as she said, she's getting her singing career off the ground, but she has been so intentional to be there for her brother, be there at every game. She travels all around the world with me, and it feels like all around the world.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And
every week, and some weeks, you know, I'm like nervous or whatever, and I look over at her and I feel so assured. So last week was the first game we didn't go together.
Of the season.
And that was rough for me. I was walking around aimlessly. Like my bestie was gone, you know, like I could feel such a difference, but at the same time, like I know that day's coming when that might be more of the regular, but like you girl, like just the sacrifice you guys have made, like I already said, but like it's just, it cannot be like, you know, appreciated enough.
I agree.
And so just to like show other siblings, it doesn't have to be a competitive thing.
No, not at all.
It doesn't have to be a jealous thing, you know, because jealousy does come up, you know, and unfortunately, there's families that are split apart because one person's more successful than the other. And really it should be like what you were saying, Sydney, like I'm happy. Like football's a part of my life. Like I'm happy you embraced it.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, totally. Yeah, you definitely have to embrace it and I just like to think of the fact like if roles were reversed, it would be the same way.
100%.
So like it's no like favoritism or no like one's better than the other.
Right.
And we're both rooting for each other because we both have our own stuff going on still. Even though he is in the pros, like I still have my stuff going on. You have your stuff going on. We're celebrating each other.
Yeah.
I'm feeding off of him. He's feeding
Yeah.
off of me. So like it's cool to have that like dynamic. Like you said, like a built-in bestie.
100%.
Yeah.
We always
Like,
say that.
even I called him maybe like 2 days ago. I'm walking in class. He's like, I just can't believe you're in college.
I know.
Oh my God. It's just so cool to see you.
Yeah,
like
oh my
this.
God.
So
Yeah,
cute.
he's a head hyper for sure.
A head hyper.
No hype of anything.
I
Right,
like that.
yeah.
Everybody needs a head hyper.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
mad
that's
at
your
it.
hype man.
Absolutely. And I guess too, Kim and I we want to support what you all are doing 110%. And if anyone knows me, if Paris and Sydney wants to do something, I'm going
It's
to.
already done. It's already done.
That's
Because
awesome.
Sydney, you've danced. Sydney's been in movies. She did some acting, commercials, modeling, pageants, and she used to call me like the dance mom
Yeah.
because I was intense.
Oh yeah, those dance moms are nothing to play with.
At all. And that is definitely her
Yeah.
right here.
I'm for you doing another pageant though. I'm like that would be so great.
I was all in. Pageant coach, everything.
Aw.
Acting coaches. I was doing it all.
We're gonna put that on the back burner. For
Maybe once you get to the end of your college career, you could do it.
I'll be right here waiting.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like anything you guys want to say to your brothers, like, or anything that just like really they've done that's really inspired you, or like what you hope for their future as far as like on the football field? They deal with a lot of scrutiny, a lot of things that maybe hurt you too.
Yeah.
When you hear people talking about your brother, like you might want to go fisticuffs,
Oh,
yeah.
But like, do you have anything like that you'd like to share about that, or like your encouraging words?
Yeah. I mean, just keep going. I'm always going to be here for you. And I love you so much. Like, I'll always be there no matter what. Like they could stop playing, or CJ could stop playing football tomorrow.
Yes.
And, he's still my little brother.
Yeah.
He's my baby brother. And
Yeah.
I'm going to always be there. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then like, as far as like the fans and hearing stuff, it is hard. But I try to just tune it out. And like, if my brother can deal with it, so can I.
Aww.
But
Yeah.
don't say nothing to my face. I'm just kidding.
You don't want the smoke.
No, you don't.
I'm kidding.
You don't. Because this
Yeah.
mama don't back down from it.
Right.
For PJ, I love you. Thank you for being my biggest supporter. Thank you for being a loving brother. You put me first whenever you can, whenever you have time to, which I appreciate. And I will always have your back. Just because you will always have mine, I won't ever have to worry about that. So I just appreciate who you are as a person inside. And I love that people can see your spirit, how gracious you are, how giving you are, how loving you are. And those are the characteristics I love and respect the most. And I take that away from you, your generosity. That's something that's so big and something that you don't have to do. So it's really respected. I love it. I love the way you hold yourself. I just keep being yourself, keep walking in God, walking in God's calling, preaching, using your platform to speak on God.
That's right.
And keeping him beside you. And the foundation of God in our family is gotten you this far, and it's going to keep getting you even further.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do, it's going to be wonderfully done.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen. Preach,
Amen.
preach up.
Right. Yeah. Go, girl.
We want to thank you, our beautiful, beautiful daughters, for
Yes.
coming on our.
Appreciate you.
Do you have
both.
any words of advice for us
That's fine.
as we start this journey?
Yeah. Just keep going. I mean, what you guys are doing is one of a kind. So I feel like this can like go so far. So I just can't wait to see where it goes. Like, it's super exciting.
100%. I'm very
you.
excited for you guys both. I believe that you guys can be a vessel for other moms because this experience is unique. It is hard. It's difficult. And there's not a lot of people that can understand. There's not many people that you can turn to about this. So it is important that it could be a reference guide.
Yeah.
It could be somebody to answer the questions. So it's wonderful that you guys are using your situations, your scenarios, what you guys have been through to help other moms and just other people in general, not even just moms, but just getting another perspective, which is very important.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you guys. I'm very excited.
And I'm excited for your spinoff.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, the camera likes you.
Yes, it does.
Right.
No, your point of view is so important.
It is.
And I hope this actually ignites conversations that I've been asked many times, how do you keep the family dynamic together? How do you keep jealousy away? How do you keep siblings encouraging one another? And you guys are like just a great example of how it should be done.
Yes.
And how anything that does come adverse to that, how you battle back. And with the main thing, keeping the main thing the main thing.
Right.
So thank you so much for joining our show today.
Of course.
And we love you, bestie.
Love you guys. We love you guys.